everybody, welcome to another video. We start this one off with pedestrian and their attitudes. You can see that girl there, she's looking at us. You can see her white face with her dark hair there. She can see that there's a car coming, but still walks. In my day, we would have just waited.
How's that for attitude? How is that for attitude?
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I watch a lot of YouTube, a lot of channels similar to this. Some of them are absolutely massive, and a lot of them are stealing clips off of other people's channels. I've seen my own clips on other people's channels, and I've not given them permission to do so. As you can see down the bottom here, you can see that it says London Dash and the camera that I'm using at the moment, the date and time, and sometimes there's a logo on there. As we're looking at this guy behind us, who is going to be clearly looking at something down below there. I'm presuming that that's his phone and not something else he's looking at. Either way, he shouldn't be doing either. Not while he's behind the steering wheel. Now, if someone stole this clip, they would get rid of all that stuff at the bottom there, which identifies the clip as mine. And how they do that is just zoom in and then say on the commentary, it's really bad quality. What they'd do is this, is zoom in. All my details at the bottom have gone, and it's a bit blurry, but you can still make it out. So bear that in mind when you're subscribing to channels that are doing this, because it's not fun, people stealing all your clips. You do all the work of putting them all together, and they just come along and just steal them and make them out as their own. Or they say they've been submitted by someone else. All porcupines, all porcupines. Now in this next clip, I'm in Epsom and I see a sheep on the road. Yep, it's cleverly disguised as a Range Rover, but it's doing what sheep do, just follow the leader. Or maybe it's been using the self-entitlement car wax. I have been running out of this stuff, I cannot get enough of it. It's on the shelf and off the shelf the same day.
So the second person should not be going. Should definitely not be going. Yeah, you.
Now in this clip, I'm on the A3, we're coming up to a junction that I am going to be taking. There's someone else that wants the same junction. So that you would think they would be behind me or just in front of me in this lane. No chance. Not nowadays. They're going to be overtaking me and cutting straight across with their company name written all over their car. Yeah, right there. I still do not know why these people have to drive like that. Now, I know some of you have got nicknames for BMWs. My personal favourite is Brain Malfunctioning Wanker. And you really do have to shout the wanker, otherwise it just doesn't work. And I know you've got them for this make of car as well. Yeah, the good old Audi, you know, another useless driver inside. All them sort of things, we all know. I personally just like me always an Audi. But we are looking at this Audi, obviously, otherwise the clip wouldn't be there. And look at this young girl's head. She's just not concentrating on the road at all. There's more important things in her car to look at than the car in front. Yes, you know, the phone, obviously. Eyes down. She's not playing fucking bingo. Yep. Or, well, maybe she might be playing bingo, you know, on her phone. Maybe. Whatever she's doing in there, there's an accident waiting to happen because she's obviously not looking at the car in front, and she is actually quite close to me. Bear in mind she's not looking at the car in front, she's looking down at her phone. Accident waiting to happen there. Now in this clip we are just going to go to Heathrow Terminal 5. I know I did this in the last video, I covered this in the last video, but I'm going to show you this again because not only do I drop off, I actually pick someone up here as well, and I'm just going to show you how you pick people up. Or how you're supposed to pick people up. A lot of people are going to the drop-off zone and picking people up from there. And I'm going to show you my little theory of why people are doing that. Not to mention you got all the private hire drivers that are all parked up there because for your £5 that you have to pay to drop someone off, you get 10 minutes of stay time. So they're basically staying there for the whole 10 minutes. After the 10 minutes, you have to pay £1 a minute afterwards. And then after a certain amount of time, I do not know what the time is, you get a fine basically for overstaying. So here's the sign. You got Terminal 5 passenger drop off. £5, and you can only pay online or by your phone. There is no machine in any of the terminals that you can pay this. You have to do it online or by your phone. So don't go off searching for a machine, because you will not find one. Now I'm going to show you a little clip from the last video I did from exactly the same place, showing you just how busy this place can get. Basically, because of private hire drivers holding up everything, they're just parked. And you've also got people that are picking up from the drop-off zone. You've even got someone dropping off on a zebra crossing there. On a zebra crossing there, you know, it's not that desperate. There are spaces a little bit further down, as I did show you in the last video as well, which I won't show you now. But you can see how many cars are actually unloading here. It's a drop-off zone. How many cars have got their boots open and they're dropping off? Obviously not that many, is there? My customer doesn't even need the boot open. He's got his bag on the back seat with him. He only had a little bag, so even easier for me. So I'm just going to pull in here.
Police reported ahead. You're right about here? Yeah, that's fine. All right, yeah. Thank you. Okay, you have a good one. Thank you. Have a good day. See ya.
So as you heard, the door got closed at 12:30 and 15 seconds. I jumped forward a bit, 12:31, and a couple of 2 or 3 seconds there, I'm pulling away. So less than a minute I was there. So that's the way you should do it. I had a swig of coffee and then I went. So a little bit further down here, you can see the cars. Not one boot open other than that van over there. It's got its doors open. No one else has got their doors open or anything. So they're just waiting. They're waiting for a job, or they're waiting for people that they're picking up from here. So that's why it does get so busy in this little section here, when, you know, it shouldn't do really. There needs to be tighter restrictions on this. So now we're off to pick someone up. I don't know that I've got anyone to be picked up yet. The job hasn't come through to me yet. I'm heading towards the M25 to go back to where I normally work. So we come round here as we normally would to leave the airport. And somewhere down here, the job come through to me, and it's obviously back to where we just come from. Now, I would have got into the right-hand lane here to go to the car park, but there was a car right next to me that got in my way to stop me going to that right turn in there. Nobody's fault or anything like that. It was just timing of jobs. It always happens. You always get a job when you're going in the wrong direction, or you've gone past the turning that you want. It happens all the time. So we're going to go back to the roundabout that we first came in on, which is just up here. And we're going to go back into Heathrow Terminal 5. Now, you'll notice I said Heathrow Terminal 5, but there is only 4 terminals nowadays. Okay, there is no Terminal 1. All right, Terminal 1 actually closed down in, I think it was 2015 or something like that, for the expansion of Terminal 2, I do believe. I'm sure there's an anorak in the comment section that's going to put me right on a few things there. But there is no Terminal 1. I have had people get in the car before and said, Terminal 1 please, and I'm saying you've got to look at your travel documents because it can't be Terminal 1. And they get a bit shirty with you sometimes, and it's sort of, there is no Terminal 1. It's been closed for like nearly 10 years. You will see signs for it though, scattered around the area. I mean, come on, it's only been 10 years. You don't expect the British workforce to remove signs for Terminal 1 in that time, do you? I mean, come on. Now, if you're a passenger just getting off of a plane and you want to get a private hire to go back home, this is where you should go as well. You need to go to Car Park 5 on level 1, which is where I'm going to now. So we're coming up to my theory now of why people are going to the drop-off zone to pick people up rather than do this, which is what you're supposed to do. It comes in 2 parts, this. The first part is coming up just in a few seconds now, and I will pause it. Here's the first part. Them prices. So it's going to cost me £7.50 just to pick this person up. Yes, the person that I'm picking up pays that £7.50, and then the company that I work for pays me, but it's still coming out of my bank account now. Or to be more precise, on the barrier when I leave, that's when I give them my card, and then it comes out of my bank account. So these prices here, is your short stay Terminal 5 car park. Well, you wouldn't want a long fucking stay, would you, with them prices? So that's my first theory of why people are going to the drop-off zone rather than the pick-up zone, is because it's £2.50 cheaper. Make sense, does it? So here's part 2 of my theory of why people are going to the drop-off rather than the pick-up. It's because you have to go through all this rigmarole of picking someone up. Look what I have to do now compared to going to the drop-off zone that I've just shown you, where you just drive straight in, find the spot, out they get and drive off. You could do the same picking someone up as long as you know where they are. What's stopping you? So to pick someone up, I've got to do this. I've got to go down here. Remember, I want to go to level 1, so it's not even at the top of the car park. I've got to go all the way down to the bottom almost. So we'll speed this up a little bit. We're just going past level 3 there. That was full up, by the way. Couldn't park there if you wanted to. There's spaces on level 2 and level 1, near enough all the way down the bottom is where we want. Not only is it all the way down the bottom, it's in the furthest corner away from where we are, where you pick people up. Yeah, they couldn't make it any bloody more difficult to pick people up. It's always the furthest corner away, and as you can see, it's a pretty big car park. So we've got to go all the way down here, and then we've got to turn left, and then left again when we get to the end. And there is the pickup point to our right hand side and our left hand side. But obviously you're going to be on the right hand side because that's where all the customers are. Now, I don't know who I'm picking up. There's no picture or anything like that. They get a picture of me and they get a picture of my car, number plate and everything else. And the woman in question is waving at me. As you can see, she is behind the subscribe button. And obviously I'm protecting her privacy by hiding her face there. I don't care about this mob, they're not my customers. So I've speeded this up a little bit just while we confirm where she's going to, and we put the luggage in the car and that sort of stuff. So we'll be on our way in a second. So as you can see, this car park has got a ton of stop signs in. It's something that we don't do we? In this country, stop lines like that we just don't do. And I've got to say, I do these car parks a lot, and I have never seen one person actually stop at a stop line in these car parks. Not one. They use them like giveaway lines, a bit more what we're used to in this country, but I've not seen anyone actually stop at a stop sign, stop line, whatever you want to call them. So we're at the bottom now, and now we come to the barriers to get out, where you've got to have your card with you, your card that you came in with, and your debit card or your credit card to tap away as well. So another question that was given to me a little while ago, how come they don't use the same system as in the drop-off zone, where you have to pay online by your phone rather than barriers that take forever to contact your bank and you're waiting there? Sometimes there's some massive long queues trying to get out of these places because the card machines are really slow. You saw how long it took mine just then. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. Probably because the drop-off is new and the car parks are old and they don't want to update the system, because that would mean forking out a bit of money, wouldn't it? They're only take, remember. So that's my theory on the drop-off and the pickup zone. It's cheaper and it's quicker. So it's back out onto the M25 now, the good old M25. As you can see, I'm in the inside lane. There is a junction coming on. I am having a little look over to my left-hand side, and apart from one car, we're pretty clear. You'll see him, there he goes. He's too far in front of me to be worried about, not a problem. So I don't have to move over to the right, do I? Yeah. A professional driver. Look how small that little plate is. You can't read it. It's that small. I wonder why they do them that small. Yeah. Now we'll show you that from the rear now and see how long he had time to see me. He had acres of time to see me, and look at the space behind me. Loads of room to get in behind me. There he is to my right hand side. He can obviously see me. I can't see him at the moment because he's too far past my wing mirror. Yeah, and then he comes in from there with all that space behind me. Professional drivers, eh? I shit 'em. So a little bit further down the good old M25 we come to the roadworks bit just before the split of the M26. I say roadworks, it's just a pile of cones, there's no roadworks being done, there's no work being done. We get this little car that overtakes me nice and slowly, and as you can see up there in front, it's as busy as hell in all 3 lanes, so there's nowhere to go for anyone. Enter Neanderthal man, whose knuckles are really sore because he keeps dragging them on the floor when he walks. Why are you getting that close? Can you not see up there in front that there is nowhere to go in any lane, and yet you get that close to the car in front? How stupid are you? You can stop in that distance, can you? You can actually brake and stop in that distance. If that red car had to hit its brakes for whatever reason, you can stop, can you? No, of course you can't. Absolute moron. He's in a lorry. He can see over the top of the cars. He can see in the distance if he bothered to look that far and realise that he can't go anywhere. The red car can't go anywhere. But does he back off? No. A little bit further down the road, he's over there to the left hand side now. Too close to the Audi in front of him again. So we're going to overtake him. I think not. He's got other ideas. A little couple of flashes on the indicator there and I'm pulling out. You know, because obviously as soon as you hit your indicators, it means you can go. In his world it does anyway. So we go to the rear camera now, and as you can see I'm overtaking the lorry. As I overtake him, he wants to come out as well. Not a lot wrong with that. He's a little bit too close, but then he's driving a big lorry, so I get it. But once he's out, does he have to keep on getting closer and closer to me? I've just shown you what the road is like in front of us. It's busy as hell. I've got nowhere to go. I've got vehicles in front of me. All 3 lanes have got busy lanes, so there's nowhere to go. But he keeps getting closer and closer. A little bit more. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Come on. A little bit closer. A little bit more. Yeah, come on. Come on, a little bit closer. Why? What is the reasoning for that? Where can I go? And he still gets even closer now. But look at the look on his face as though I'm the problem here. I'm in his way. Can you not see beyond me and see that there's loads of traffic in front of me? I've got nowhere to go. Or should we all move out of your way to satisfy your fucking needs to get in front? I did manage to get off the motorway without my car being violated by an HGV driver. And we're coming down this little road here, and red means stop, doesn't it? Yeah, even these temporary lights, it does mean stop. Now in this next clip, we're coming to a roundabout, and I can only show you it from the rear camera because the front camera didn't pick any of it up. We're looking at the bike, and we're also looking at a car that's coming from the left, which has priority over the bike. Yeah, not very good. I don't know what lane that car wants. And then this. So the Nissan was in the wrong lane, the bike was in the wrong lane, and that car just covered its bets by being in every fucking lane. So now we're coming into Carshalton High Street. Yeah, as you can see, again, it's very busy down here. It's the perfect place to do tricks on a bike, isn't it? Yeah, it's the perfect place. Where else would you want to do tricks on a bike? Over to the left-hand side, you see the bike there. It's just coming into the road there. On the pavement, then on the road. Then we'll just throw a wheelie, shall we? Yeah, what an absolute numpty. And then we get a qualified rider just come up the outside in between me and the bus on zigzags on a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit road. His food delivery box has fallen off of that bike, I think. Anyway guys, that's it for today. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.